friend came over today and we were having a conversation. Along the lines, he asked me a question that really got me thinking. Why do we consider the negative as proof, whilst the positive is an exception? And it really got me thinking, why? Why is that? One bad thing happens and we take it as proof of everything. One good thing happens, we call it luck. So I will try to answer that tension. First off, the psychological reality. Part of the answer is biological. The human brain is wired to take negative information more heavily than positive information. It's called the negativity bias. And it exists because for most of human history, missing a threat could mean you would end up dead. It was as good as you not eating that day. So the human brain learned to treat negative information as urgent and take positive information as temporary. It is ancient survival architecture, and the problem is we're running that same software in a world it was not designed for, and it is heavily distorting the way we live our lives. When it becomes a choice, and this is the uncomfortable part, for some people it stops being just a cognitive pattern and it becomes a defense mechanism. Because if you've been hurt enough times, if you've been disappointed enough, if you've been failed enough, if you've been betrayed enough, there's a strange safety in expecting nothing good, because if there isn't any hope, you cannot be devastated. The pessimism starts to feel like wisdom. You feel like you figured it out, how the world works. What you've actually done is build yourself a worldview designed to protect you from vulnerability. And the cost of that protection is you stop seeing your life accurately. You take every negative as a confirmation, you take every positive as a fluke, and slowly, without knowing it, you become the author of the very story you were afraid of. The asymmetry. Let's look at how this plays out practically, right? One failed relationship and it becomes, oh, I never picked the right people, I don't believe in love, no one is trustworthy. But 10 good moments in that same relationship doesn't become, this is fundamentally good. It gets called luck, coincidence, not enough. One professional failure becomes, oh, I am not good, but 10 successes doesn't become, I am capable. The negative is always taken for evidence and the positive becomes an asterisk, and that asymmetry, it is not humble, it's not honest, it's selective. You're not reading the full data, you're building a case against yourself. So I will end with this. The negative deserves your attention, but what it doesn't deserve is a monopoly on your conclusions.